For the last 2 years, ChatGPT has been the undisputed king of artificial intelligence. Everyone told you it was the only tool you needed, but while you were paying $20 a month for GPT-4, a silent revolution was building in the background. As of right now, the entire AI landscape has been turned upside down, and the king has officially been dethroned. Anthropic just dropped their latest model, and they didn't just beat OpenAI's flagship model in almost every single benchmark. They made it 100% completely free to use. No waitlists, no hidden paywalls, no credit card required. If you have been relying on ChatGPT for coding, writing, or solving complex logical problems, you are officially operating at a disadvantage. In today's video, I am going to show you exactly why Claude is now the most powerful AI agent on the planet. I'll walk you through its hidden features, show you a brand new user interface trick that will change how you work forever, and prove why you need to switch your entire workflow today. Welcome back to Gemini_Craft. Let's hack the system. Chapter 2. What exactly is Claude, and why is it better? Before we dive into the heavy technical workflow, let's get the facts straight. Who is Anthropic, and why should you care? Anthropic is a company founded by ex-OpenAI researchers. These are the engineers who literally helped build the early versions of ChatGPT, but they left because they wanted to build an AI that was safer, faster, and much more capable of handling massive amounts of data without losing its mind. Recently, they released the Claude 3 family, but the absolute game changer is their newest model, which is available for free right now. It is blindingly fast. When you use it, you will immediately notice that the lag and the thinking time you are used to with other models is completely gone. But speed is just a vanity metric. What actually matters is intelligence, reasoning, and the ability to follow complex, multi-step instructions without getting lazy. Have you ever noticed that when you ask ChatGPT to write a long script or build a massive project, it stops halfway through and gives you a placeholder? It tells you, insert the rest of your code here. Claude doesn't do that. It completes the entire task, end to end, no matter how long it takes. Chapter 3. The UI Revolution. Artifacts. Now let me show you the secret weapon that makes Claude visually superior to any other AI tool on the market. It's a feature called Artifacts, and you have to manually turn it on. When you log into your free account, click on your profile, go to Feature Previews, and toggle Artifacts on. Here is what this does, and why it is going to break the internet. Normally, when you ask an AI to write code, design a website, or create an SVG graphic, it just spits out a massive, boring block of text. You have to copy that text, open up an external editor like VS Code, set up a local server, and run it just to see if it even works. Artifacts changes everything. Claude now has a dedicated interactive window right inside the browser. If you ask it to build a web application, it doesn't just give you the code. It splits the screen in half, writes the code on the left, and actually renders a live, functioning application on the right. You can play games, it codes in real time. You can view dynamic dashboards. You can visualize complex vector graphics. If you tell it to change the background to black, you literally watch the application update live in front of your eyes. It is basically like having a senior developer and a live testing server running for free inside your browser. Chapter 4. The Ultimate Coding and Logic Assistant. Let's talk about logic and development, because this is where Claude absolutely destroys the competition. If you are doing back-end development, dry-running complex code, or setting up databases, you need extreme accuracy. Let's look at a real-world example with C. Variable scoping errors are notorious for messing up dry-run exercises. If you feed Claude a script where a global variable is overridden by a local variable, other AI models often hallucinate the final output. Claude, however, acts like a compiler. It will break down the exact execution flow line by line, perfectly identifying that a specific print statement will output the local value instead of the global one, completely avoiding logical traps. Or let's say you are working on an e-commerce order management database. You need to build logical schemas, write data definition queries to create the tables, and data manipulation queries to handle the inputs. If you make a syntax error, like an invalid identifier in your column naming conventions, Claude doesn't just fix it. It explains the architectural standard behind the fix. It is brilliant at handling complex joins, table modifications, and database architecture. Because it understands the broader context of what you are trying to build, it writes clean, production-ready code on the very first try. Whether you are deploying to GitHub or running a local environment, the code you copy from Claude is incredibly reliable. Chapter 5. The 200,000 Context Window eating data. The next massive advantage is the context window. If you don't know what a context window is, think of it as the AI's short-term memory. It dictates how much information you can feed the AI in a single prompt before it forgets what you were talking about. The free version of Claude comes with a staggering 200,000 token context window. To put that into perspective, 200,000 tokens is equivalent to roughly 150,000 words. You can literally drag and drop an entire textbook, hundreds of pages of lecture notes, complete financial statements, or an entire codebase into the prompt box all at once. If you are preparing for a difficult exam, like a complex linear algebra paper involving eigenvalues and vector spaces, or trying to understand digital engagement theories, you can upload all of your professor's slides, notes, and previous assignments at once. Claude will read all of them in seconds, cross-reference the data, and generate a customized study guide. It retains the context of the entire conversation. It doesn't forget the first document by the time it reads the third one. It holds the entire universe of your data in its memory perfectly. Chapter 6. Human-Level Copywriting. Zero AI Tone. Now let's talk about content creation, writing, and communication. We all know the ChatGPT tone. It is robotic. It is boring, and it uses the same annoying words every single time. If you see the words delve, tapestry, or testament in an email, you immediately know an AI wrote it. Claude is engineered differently. Its natural language processing is the most human-like out of any model currently in existence. It understands nuance, cadence, and subtle tone variations. If you tell Claude to write a high-conversion, aggressive YouTube video script, with a cinematic hacker aesthetic, it actually understands the assignment. It doesn't sound like a corporate robot trying to be cool. It sounds like a real person. You can feed it your own past writing, and it will perfectly mimic your exact style, vocabulary, and rhythm. For content creators, copywriters, and marketers, this alone is worth its weight in gold. And again, you get this for $0. Chapter 7. How to maximize the free tier. So how do you take advantage of this right now, and what is the catch? The catch is that while the model is 100% free, there are message limits based on server demand. To get the absolute most out of your free account, here is the golden rule. Do not keep using the same chat window for days on end, because Claude remembers everything in that 200,000 token window. Every time you send a new message in an old chat, it has to reread the entire history of the conversation. This eats up your invisible token limit very fast. If you are starting a new task, always open a brand new chat. This resets the memory, keeps the processing speed at maximum, and ensures you won't hit the free tier limits too early. Chapter 8. The Final Verdict. We are entering a phase of AI where the absolute best, enterprise-grade tools are being handed to us for free. OpenAI is no longer the only player in the game, and right now, Anthropic has taken the crown. Whether you are coding, studying, or building automated systems, Claude is the high-leverage tool you need in your arsenal. Stop paying for basic AI. Go to Claude.ai, turn on the artifacts feature, and test it for yourself. If this video helped you upgrade your workflow, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. I'll be dropping more high-level AI tutorials and automation secrets soon. This is Gemini_craft. Stay anonymous, stay ahead of the curve, and I'll see you in the next one.